Hello guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. If you are new on here, you are absolutely welcome, and if you are my returning subscriber, thank you so much for always stopping by to watch my video. I appreciate your support. I don't take it for granted. And also, if you are not subscribed to my channel and you're watching me right now, please do hit the subscribe button and also give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Okay, so in today's video I'm going to be bringing to you guys the latest update of Big Brother Naija Pepper Dem reunion show. Just to give you guys a quick update, the atmosphere is no longer as tense as before. I think people are beginning to forgive themselves. They're beginning to understand better the fact that this is actually a game. That is what I feel, guys, because I feel the atmosphere is no longer as tense as before. Everything is more subtle now. People tend to talk their mind, and then those that need to forgive. That's just what I feel. So to dive into today's episode, so in the studio, definitely Ebuka was there. So we had Diane, Esther, Mercy, Ella, Jackie, Tacha, Thelma, and Venita. They were first on set. After the commercial break, Cindy and NK joined, while Ella and Thelma left. But we'll get to that in a bit. Okay, so when the show started, right from the last one, and sorry guys, I was ill. I was under the weather throughout last week, so I couldn't bring you guys the Mercy and Ike show and also the last episode. That I feel better today, and I said, why not? I have to just gist you guys what has been happening. Okay, so the last episode they talked about betrayals, and this episode Ebuka asked Esther if she felt betrayed in the house. She said yes. And there was a friendship triangle, her, Diane, and Mercy. So she was asked about when Diane and Mercy were gossiping about her. Let me use the word gossiping about her. So how did she feel about it? She was like, she felt bad about that because they should have brought it to her notice instead of talking about it behind her. That at a point that Mercy actually confronted her once about one of those things they talked about, but that she was actually happy. She wasn't angry about it. So she was friends with Diane, and Diane was friends with Mercy, and they were always together. So it just gelled as if the three of them were close friends. So Mercy was asked about what she thinks what Esther was saying about them gossiping about her, she and Diane. So Mercy said actually they talked about her, but that they felt betrayed. They felt that Esther left them, like abandoned the friendship because of some guys, so that at a point Esther was with Nelson, and before you know it, guys, she stopped coming to them. They stopped gisting. She was always with Nelson, always in the room with Nelson. They eat together. She and Nelson eat together and do things together, and she totally blanked them. So they were not happy about it. And the thing that made them so angry about it was the fact that Diane had already told Esther that she likes Nelson. So they were surprised that Esther had to go behind her to start dating Nelson. So Esther, in defense to what Mercy was saying, said that she asked Nelson who he liked in the house, and Nelson said nobody. And Nelson said that she doesn't like anybody in the house. I think she even said that the person have left or something like that. So she didn't see anything wrong with it carrying on with him since he actually liked her. So, and she didn't see it as a betrayal to Diane since Nelson did not like Diane, according to her. But to me, my point, who does that? This is like my personal life, the kind of life I live. If a guy asks my friend out and my friend says no, I can never accept to that guy. Like, Nelson knows that you are very close with Diane, and Nelson knows for sure that Diane liked her. At a point, they were like close in the house. before Esther came into the picture. I don't know why they were not always getting along. Diane and Nelson, they were not always getting along. I remember they used to have issues and all that, and sometimes Diane will even cry. She will come and complain to Mercy, you know, all those kind of things. And Esther was in the picture because Esther said Diane was her friend, so she knew all those things. Then all of a sudden, you are now with this guy. Not only that you are with this guy, you now blanked me out of the picture, like I snatched your boyfriend, so I shouldn't be friends with you, you know, that kind of thing. As if she did what she was doing was all intentional. Definitely they were all intentional though, but to me, I didn't like that. It is really a betrayal on the side of Esther, but Esther said she didn't see it as betrayal. That is her. So after much argument, they went on a commercial break, and after the commercial break, Ebuka asked Diane how she felt about it. Guys, I did not, when they were even talking about it, I was thinking that Diane would come and start saying, no, I was not liking him, or, you know, if you even with from Diane's voice, you could know that she really liked Nelson and that she was highly disappointed. She said when she was seeing them in the house, when they would be holding hands together, holding legs together, eating together, sleeping in the same house, the same room, that she felt like she was being stabbed on her chest. I could imagine how she feels. Like, you people were in the same house. It's not like you are normal friends outside the house where you live in a different place. You and the boy will be doing hide and seek so that the girl will not know. This one, she is seeing everything koro like. So she said actually that she's a girl person, that she will not blame Esther. According to her, I don't know why she will not blame Esther, because if a guy asks you out and you know that a friend of yours, a very close friend of yours, likes this guy to the point she was even crying for this guy and has told you that you like, why not tell the guy off? Is he the only guy in the house? And moreover, Fraud was also there loving Esther. Like, Fraud was even having serious issues with Nelson, thinking that Nelson was snatching Esther from her. And you abandoned your friend Diane, you abandoned Fraud that you know that truly likes you, and you now went for Nelson. Now guys, Diane said she blamed Nelson because she knows that Nelson knows that she liked him. Okay, in fact, I don't even know I don't even know what she saw in Nelson, but for her to like him that way and to even voice it out, and it was expressed as in her voice even after the house, you should know, although she said she has gotten over it, she didn't confront him about it or anything, that she only told Esther about it in the garden while they were still in the house, her displeasure about her and Nelson moving together, that she doesn't really blame her, but she blames Nelson for not doing the needful. Like, you know, this is my friend, you know I like you, and you still went for her. You know that she's not going to blame Esther, blah blah blah, and that all of a sudden that she was really happy that Nelson was evicted. Like, it's like the whole universe just formed for her favor. And then within a twinkle of an eye, Esther also left. She was like, oh, thank God, now I'm free, I can breathe. Okay, so that she was really excited when they were evicted. Like, she said it out, you know, she was really excited that they were evicted, and that all of a sudden she now switched over to Fraud. Fraud won veto power at the head of house at that point, and then before you know it, she switched over. And this was the same girl that came to tell them that she doesn't like Fraud. They were even telling her, give him a chance, Fraud really likes you, he has been expressing himself, the love is genuine. And she said she doesn't like him, that all of a sudden she's still liking him. So they asked her that what really happened. She said that that initially she was not liking Fraud, but then they now she now got close to him and knew that he was a nice person, and he's funny, he makes me laugh, blah 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 blah. So they now asked her, okay, what about the keys? I think Venita was asked at this point. Venita said initially that she did not know, she was not even looking into their friendship, she and Fraud, that when everything got her like wondering was when they kissed on stage. Esther said, no, I wasn't the one that kissed him, or he was the one that in fact, I wish I will show you guys the picture, and some of you that watched it definitely knew that Esther was the one that dragged Fraud's head and kissed him. So why is Esther now saying that she wasn't the one that initiated the kiss? Although her point of argument was it was all a show, that they wanted to use it to win. Okay, they were doing a darling hair show, so after they showcased their hair, that the point was for her to now kiss Fraud. But that was not the vibe everybody, both those in the house and we outside, got. The vibe we got, because I remember severally Fraud was rejoicing and saying, oh, I finally got my keys, I finally got my keys. Now all of a sudden you're trying to tell us that it's a show, that it was Fraud's initiative. But you were the one that, like, if it was Fraud's initiative, Fraud should have been the one to drag you to kiss you, but you were the one that dragged him. And you know, so after the commercials, that was when Ella left and Thelma left. Then NK and Cindy came and joined them. Then Ebuka told them they were going to give them some boards and pen, that they were going to play a game. So with their board and their pen, the first thing that was asked was who was the least they trusted in the house. Almost everybody said Esther. But Cindy was asked, why did you say Esther? She said that it was really difficult for her to get along with Esther, but it's not like she didn't trust her. So Esther was like, after giving you meat. Then Jackie said she didn't get along with everyone except Venita and NK. The next question they were asked was, who was the toughest to get along with? Diane said Venita. She said it was really difficult for two of them to connect. Cindy still said Esther, and then later added Touch. Cindy was asked why Esther again. She said it was just that they were not just flowing, so she feels it was difficult for her to get along with her. Then Tacha, she said Tacha. Tacha has this big wall she built around her, so it was so difficult for a lot of people to get along with her. So Venita was also asked. Venita said Tacha as well. She said it's not like she doesn't like Tacha, but the fact that she always felt like the way she always carried herself in the house, that she didn't want a situation whereby she becomes friend with her and then she will now bullshit her, that she wasn't going to take that. So she just kept to her space so that no one would insult her. Okay, Tacha was asked about Venita, about gossiping, if she really gossiped in the house. Tacha said she didn't gossip in the house, but Venita said nope, that she gossiped about her, that when she left the house she talked about her. But Tacha said that was when you left the house, you were watching me, so I wasn't gossiping you, I was as well telling you, because you were watching me, I was as well telling you what I felt and what I wanted to say. Okay, so Venita felt like it was still gossiping and Tacha felt like it wasn't gossiping. Guys, I think we should just get over all this, who gossip and who did not gossip. As long as you are talking behind someone, you are gossiping. But Tacha said she was talking and she was hearing it, so she doesn't see it as gossiping, and that generally she never talked about anyone. My dear, how would she talk about anyone when she said she was not seeing anybody? And does it make sense? Next up, they were asked who ate the most in the house. Everybody chose Cindy. To be honest, guys, I never knew that Cindy ate that much in the house. I never knew until when they asked that question. So on that note, that was the end of the whole show. I told you guys there was no fight, there was no quarrel. Even Esther had to apologize to Mercy and Diane, saying that, and she was like, I didn't even know that you guys were thinking that I abandoned you, this, that. And now the issue is, they said she actually abandoned. Okay, when she was asked about the issue of abandoning them, she said she didn't really feel she was abandoning them, that what she felt was like that she felt she was forcing herself into the friendship, that Esther and Diane, that Mercy and Diane were really close, so she felt she was just the middleman there trying to force them. So when she now got Nelson, she felt, oh, a new bestie she has gotten, and she was just close to them. But my problem is, after Nelson was evicted, you came back before she now started being close with Fraud, and then she left again. So that is it, guys, for this episode. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did enjoy it, please do the needful, okay? Click the like button, share the video with your friends so that they get updated of all the juicy scoop that's going on in the reunion, okay? The reunion still continues, and I'll bring you guys another one tomorrow, okay? So at this point, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do well to hit the subscribe button for your girl, okay? Thank you all for watching.